Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Jūsų ekscelencijos, garbūs svečiai, mes sveikiname jūs visus susirinkusius paminėti Lietuvos narystės NATO 20-metį ir dalyvauti simbolinėje NATO oro policijos misijos Baltijos valstybėse pasikeitimo ceremonijoje. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the ceremony dedicated to the 20th anniversary of Lithuania's membership in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and a symbolic Baltic air policing handover takeover ceremony. We have the honor to introduce the distinguished guests participating in today's event. His Excellency, President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda, Minister of National Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, Laurynas Kasčiūnas, Chief of Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, General Valdemaras Rupšys, Chief of Staff of the Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe, Admiral Joachim Rule, Deputy Commander of NATO's Allied Air Command, Air Marshal John Stringer, Deputy Commander JFC Brunson, Lieutenant General Luis Lanchares, Commander of the Combined Air Operations Center, Major General Harold 1P, Their Excellencies Ambassadors and representatives of foreign diplomatic missions, high-ranking NATO military representatives, commanders of the Lithuanian Armed Forces, and other distinguished guests. Belgian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Lithuanian military personnel who are involved in performing NATO air policing mission in the Baltic states stand in formation in front of us. Gerbiamieji, ceremoniją pradėsime Lietuvos ir NATO himnais. We will start the ceremony with the anthem of Lithuania and the NATO hymn. Jūsų ekscelencijos, ponios ir ponai, šioje Lietuvos kariuomenės karinių oro pajėgų aviacijos bazėje prieš 20 metų, kovo 27 dieną, pirmieji vykdyti Baltijos oro policijos misiją atvyko Belgijos karališkųjų karinių oro pajėgų kariai, kurie įsikūrė greitojo reagavimo zonoje. Tuometinėme Šiaulių oro uoste nusileido pirmieji NATO transportiniai lėktuvai C-130 Herkules. Jie į Lietuvą atgabeno naikintuvų aprūpinimo įrangą ir aptarnaujantį personalą. 2004 metais, kovo 29 dieną, 16:47 Lietuvos oro erdvę kirto ir netrukus Šiaulių oro uoste nusileido pirmieji Belgijos karališkųjų oro pajėgų naikintuvai F-16 Fighting Falcon. Nuo tos nusileidimo akimirkos minėtieji lėktuvai pradėjo saugoti Baltijos šalių oro erdvę. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years ago, on March 27th, soldiers of the Royal Belgian Air Force, who were stationed in the Quick Reaction Area, were the first to arrive at this Lithuanian Air Force airbase to carry out the Baltic air policing mission. The first NATO military transport aircraft, C-130 Hercules, landed at the former Šiauliai airport. They brought fighter jet equipment and service personnel to Lithuania. On March 29, 2004, at 4:47 p.m., the first F-16 Fighting Falcon fighter jets of the Royal Belgian Air Force entered the Lithuanian airspace and soon landed at Šiauliai Airport. This was the moment the Allied aircraft began protecting the airspace of the Baltic countries. Simboliška, kad šiandien čia prie pakilimo tako stovi šiuo metu Baltijos oro policijos misiją atliekančių Belgijos karališkųjų karinių oro pajėgų naikintuvas. Jo pilotas atneša ir perduos NATO vėliavą pirmajam NATO oro policijos misijos Baltijos šalyse padalinio vadui, dabartiniam NATO jungtinių oro operacijų kontrolės centro vadui generolui majorui Harold 1B, kuris vėliavą perduos Lietuvos kariuomenės vadui generolui Valdemarui Rupšiui. Lietuvos kariuomenės vadas perduos vėliavą Lietuvos Respublikos prezidentui It is symbolic that today a fighter jet of the Royal Belgian Air Force, which is currently performing a Baltic air policing mission, is parked here on the runway. This pilot will bring and hand over the NATO flag to the first unit commander of the NATO air policing mission in the Baltic states, Major General Harold 1B, the current NATO combined air operations center commander, who will hand over the flag to the Chief of Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, General Valdemaras Rupšys. The Chief of Defense will then hand over the flag to His Excellency President of the Republic of Lithuania, Detachments. Tomorrow, on the day of Lithuania's NATO membership, NATO flag will be raised at 12 o'clock in front of the presidential palace in Simono Daukantas in Vilnius. Per 20 metų Baltijos oro policijos misiją Lietuvoje vykdė jau 17 NATO valstybių – Belgijos, Čekijos, Danijos, Didžiosios Britanijos, Ispanijos, Italijos, Jungtinių Amerikos valstijų, Kanados, Lenkijos, Nyderlandų, Norvegijos, Portugalijos, Prancūzijos, Rumunijos, Turkijos, Vengrijos ir Vokietijos. Over these 20 years, 17 allies from Belgium, Canada, Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Turkey, United Kingdom and United States of America have provided their fighter assets to the Baltic Air Police mission since its inception in 2004. misijos sąjungininkų nusileidimo Šiauliuose junginiai atliko tūkstančius skrydžių ir ore praleido 10 000 valandų, užtikrindami Baltijos šalių oro erdvės saugumą. NATO sąjungininkų kontingentai pastaruosius 20 metų Baltijos šalių oro erdvę saugojo su daugiau nei 10 skirtingų naikintuvų modelių. Since the first landing of the allies of the air policing mission in Šiauliai, their units have performed thousands of flights and spent tens of thousands of hours in the air, ensuring the safety of the airspace of the Baltic countries. Contingents of NATO allies have been protecting the airspace of the Baltic states for the past 20 years with more than 10 different fighter jet models. Mes kaip šalis šeimininkė esame dėkingi savo sąjungininkams vykdantiems NATO oro policijos misiją Baltijos valstybėse. We, as the host country, are grateful to our allies who have been carrying out this important mission. Kviečiame Jo Ekscelenciją Lietuvos Respublikos prezidentą Gitaną Nausėdą tarti sveikinimo žodį. Now please welcome to the stage His Excellency President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda.
Šiauliuose nusileido pirmieji sąjungininkų naikintuvai, mes prisijungėme prie didelės šeimos. Šeimos, kurią jungia meilė laisvei ir demokratijai, pagarba ir pasitikėjimas vienas kitu. Per tuos 20 metų daug ko išmokome. Kartu išgyvenome netekčių skausmą ir nesėkmių kartėlį, kaip ir džiaugsmą dėl sėkmingai įvykdytų misijų. Visos šios patirtis tapo mūsų bendrystės dalimi. Europoje naujai apsireiškęs kruvinas Rusijos teroras prisideda prie nestabilumo ir grėsmių augimo visame pasaulyje. Tačiau mes Lietuvoje esame ramūs, nes žinome, kad daugiau niekada nebūsime vieni. Šalia visada turėsime tvirtą, palaikančią šeimą ir bet kokius iššūkius priimsime kartu. Narystės NATO 20-metis tai ypatinga šventė, nes pasirinkę narystę alijanse mes pasirinkome Lietuvos laisvę. Laisvę, kuri didžiausia mūsų dovana ir turtas. Tai buvo geriausias sprendimas, geriausia investicija, dovanojusi geriausius draugus. Dear friends, today is a very special day, and Šiauliai is a very special place. 20 years ago, the first Allied fighter jets landed here, marking Lithuania's accession to NATO. At that moment, a long and difficult journey was completed. Lithuania finally joined the family united by love for freedom and democracy, by trust and respect, and by our commitment to each other. Lithuania chose to become part of the Western collective security and defense. All those 20 years, we shared both good experiences and many difficulties. Together we went on many missions in different places. Together we mourned our heroes we lost along the way. Together we celebrated the lives we were able to save. And it is this sense of togetherness that I appreciate the most. When our eyes see the same, when our ears hear the same, when our hearts feel the same and beat as one, we are the strongest. We are invincible whenever the principle one for all and all for one becomes a reality. We witness this commitment everywhere. Our skies are guarded by our allies. Allied soldiers are standing by our side here on this soil, making sure that NATO deterrence works, making sure that every inch of the alliance's territory will be defended from the onset of any conflict. Rest assured, Lithuania is deeply committed as well. Today, Lithuania spends 2.75% of GDP for defense. We also aim for more, recognizing the many challenges and threats we face as an alliance. Our soldiers currently serve in many international missions. Nevertheless, most of our attention goes to Ukraine. Although not yet a member, Ukraine today holds the most important front line. On the other side is our common enemy that aims to destroy the European security architecture and the rules-based world order. Our duty is to make sure Putin fails to guard the transatlantic link and split the allies. Our duty is to make sure that Ukraine wins and that democracy and freedom and respect to human rights flourish in Europe for many generations to come. This is the burden the allies got on our shoulders. And I am sure we can live up to this challenge if only we continue standing together. If only we fully commit ourselves. Today we celebrate freedom and security. We celebrate the amazing transformation Lithuania has been able to undergo since becoming a member of NATO. I wish we will have many such celebrations to come, and we will be able to have a similar celebration in Ukraine as well. Dear friends, becoming a member of the alliance was the best decision Lithuania took, the best investment we have ever made. It has also brought us the best friends one could have. Thank you for being together.
Kviečiame krašto apsaugos ministrą Lauryną Kasčiūną tarti žodį. Please welcome the Minister of National Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, Laurynas Kasčiūnas.
Jūsų ekscelencija prezidentė Gitanai Nausėda, kariuomenės vadė, ambasadoriai, diplomatai, kariai. Prieš 20 metų įvyko istorinis lūžis. Tautai, kuri išgyveno daug okupacijos periodų, tapti stipriausia istorijoje pasaulinio alijanso dalimi, pirmiausia reiškia suvokimą, kad laisvė ir nepriklausomybė nebebus dalinama, nebebus tų grobonių, kurie braižys Europoje savo įtakos zonas. Nors buvo daug kalbų apie tai, kad Baltijos šalis gali būti neapginamos narystė NATO, įrodė, kad tai yra visiška netiesa. Ir oro policijos misija buvo ta pirmoji misija, kuri leido čia iškelti alijanso vėliavą. Ir mes suvokiam, kad nuo šiol istorija yra kitokia. Mes esam saugiausi per visą savo tautos raidą. Bet svarbu pasakyti ir tai, kad turim įrodinėti kiekvienam žingsnį, kad esame valstybingumo verta tauta ir tada daryti viską, kad šitas alijansas būtų stiprus ir kad bet joks priešas negalėtų jo išbandyti. O jeigu norės, bus atgrasytas. Your Excellency, President Gitanas Nausėda, all diplomats, soldiers, I want to thank you. 20 years ago, it was a historical breakthrough for us. Belgium was the first nation who come here with their fighter jets. And now, after 20 years, you are here once again. It's very symbolic. We should move forward. We are in the strongest alliance in the world history. But at the same time, the adversaries also thinking about how to test us. Thus, we need to think how to move forward with a rotational air defense model. So let's move forward to be more safe and secure. And we, as a country, as Lithuania, will do everything that depends on us to be a good host nation. So I want to wish you a clear sky and to thank you for your contribution. To thank Belgium and France and to thank Spain and Portugal for taking over. Thank you for being together.
Kaip padėkos ir bendradarbiavimo ženklą krašto apsaugos ministras įteiks suvenyrus išvykstančių Belgijos ir Prancūzijos ir atvykstančių Ispanijos ir Portugalijos Baltijos oro policijos misiją atliekančių kontingentų vadams. The Minister of National Defense will now present gifts to the Belgian and French Air Force detachment commanders of the 64th outgoing rotation of Baltic Air Policing Mission and Spanish and Portuguese Air Force detachment commanders of the 65th incoming rotation as a token of appreciation for cooperation. We would like to ask the commanders to step forward to accept the gifts. Belgian Air Force Detachment Commander Lieutenant Colonel Davy Blankert. French Air Force Detachment Commander Lieutenant Colonel Nicolas Duchesne. Spanish Air Force Detachment Commander Lieutenant Colonel Pablo Estrada Martin. Portuguese Air Force Detachment Commander Lieutenant Colonel José Diaz. O dabar kalbės Lietuvos kariuomenės vadas generolas Valdemaras Rupšys. Now we would like to invite the Chief of Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, General Law.
Jūsų Ekscelencija, Lietuvos Respublikos Prezidentė, Krašto apsaugos Ministrė, dear Admirals, Generals, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, dear friends, brothers in arms. Švenčiame ypatingą progą. Lietuvos narystės NATO 20-metį. Karus, okupacijas, skaudžius istorijos laikotarpius. Išgyvenusiai lietuvių tautai šie 20-mečiai turi ypatingą reikšmę. Mums tai reiškia taiką ir saugumą, galimybę gyventi laisvėje, galimybę kurti savo valstybę, mūsų visų bendrą gerovę, augti, stiprėti ir išlikti. Pasaulyje nėra kito tokio stipraus, pažangaus, vieningo karinio politinio aljanso nei NATO. Ir tai nėra tik skambų žodžiai. NATO tai skėtis. Kolektyvinės gynybos garantijos veikia nuo pat pirmos Lietuvos narystėje alijanse dienos. Kuomet Šiauliuose nusileido pirmieji Belgijos karinių oro pajėgų naikintuvai. Aukštos parengties sąjungininkų kariai su moderniausia kovinė technika. Lietuva yra labai stipri ir aiški atgrasimo žinia mūsų priešų. Jis tai mato ir supranta, kad agresija prieš Lietuvą reiškia agresiją prieš kitas likusias alijanso narės. 20 metų narystės NATO Lietuvos kariuomenėje buvo nuolatinio tobulėjimo ir augimo metai. Padarėme didžiulę pažangą kartu su sąjungais, treniravomės, dalyvavome bendrose operacijoje ir vieni iš kitų mokėmės. Tačiau augame ir tobulėjame. Kartu su sąjungais vystome savo pajėgumus ir dabar, kad atgrasytume, o jei prireiks, apgintume ir svarbiausiai kartu nugalėtume, pasiektume pergalę. Visa širdimi dėkoju Lietuvos ir sąjungų kariams už jų tarnybą, atsidavimą ir ryžtą. Ačiū visiems. Now I will address our allies in English. Dear friends, comrades, brothers in arms, it is a great pleasure and honor to have you here celebrating the 20 years anniversary of Lithuania's accession to NATO. A historical decision, I dare to say, the historic achievement that profoundly shaped our security, peace and prosperity ever since. Today we are in Šiauliai. There, 20 years ago, the Belgian F-16s have landed as symbol of NATO unity and collective defense. And we feel it real since very first day. The best example of NATO guarantees is the presence of Allied troops in Lithuania. Currently, we have EFP, Baltic Air Policing Mission, EU units, more than battalion, German brigade, which serves a powerful deterrent to adversary, sending a clear message that any aggression against our nation will be met with united and resolute response. The assurance provided by NATO military presence allows us to focus on building our future based on our own aspirations and values. Moreover, NATO membership has enabled Lithuania to forge closer ties with their like-minded nations, which enjoy the same values, same culture, moral and ethical standards. Lithuania's membership in NATO helped us to strengthen our defense capabilities, enhance interoperability with our allies, and deepen cooperation on a wide range of security challenges, from the readiness to respond to the conventional threats and to respond to hybrid threats. With all my heart, I thank you to all of you and to all who are presented today at this ceremony, and every allied soldier for the continuous commitment, solidarity and support to make our alliance growing stronger. Thank you so much.
Susirinkusius svečius ir karius pasveikins pagrindinės NATO sąjungininkų pajėgų vadavietės Europoje štabo viršininkas admirolas Joachim Rule. We are happy to invite the Chief of Staff of the Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe, Admiral Joachim Rule, to give a speech.
Admirals, Generals, officials, ladies and gentlemen, soldiers. I am very honored to attend this ceremony representing NATO's Allied Command operations. It is indeed a great day with much to celebrate. 20 years ago, on March 29, 2004, Lithuania marked a pivotal moment in its history by joining NATO and becoming a fully fledged member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the world's largest and most powerful defensive alliance, which has been growing in meaning and relevance on a daily basis for the past 75 years. Especially during the last 2 years, we effectively sped up our transformation and stepped up our posture and readiness significantly. It was the largest wave of enlargement in NATO history, as Lithuania, alongside Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Romania, Slovakia and Slovenia officially became members of the alliance. It was indeed a milestone for both national and collective security. The Lithuanian people choose to join NATO knowing the full costs of membership because they believe in the ideals of alliance represents as democracy, human rights and the rule of law. You are wholly devoted to safeguarding our freedom and securing our combined future. For 2 decades now, Lithuania has been a dedicated ally, steadfast in its commitment to the defense of the Euro-Atlantic area and an advocate for common values guiding us. Congratulations on reaching this exciting milestone, and thank you for your valued and unwavering support to the alliance. Since 2024, NATO has continuously adapted to emerging security challenges, new technologies and increasing security threats. Today, we face the most complex and unpredictable security environments in generation. At the Vilnius Summit in 2023, alliance members decided to further enhance NATO's deterrence and defense and approved the most comprehensive defense plans since the end of the Cold War. Our regional defense plans are now being put into action during exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, the largest NATO exercise has undertaken in the decades, with 90,000 troops from 32 nations. This large-scale exercise has been testing our capabilities and validating our readiness across the strategic, operational and tactical level. And I would be remiss if I do not acknowledge the Lithuanian forces for their valuable contributions to Steadfast Defender 24 as part of Poland's recent exercise Dragon and upcoming German exercise Quadriga in May. This year marks NATO 75th anniversary. We started as 12, we are now 32 strong. For 3/4 of a century, NATO allies have worked together to keep our 1 billion people safe. Today, at a time when we face uncertainty and unpredictability every single day, our unity also sends a clear message. NATO is capable, modern, and if required, ready to defend every inch of Allied territory. These milestones for both Lithuania as a nation and NATO as an alliance coincides today with the transfer of command of the Baltic Air Policing Mission on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of NATO Baltic Air Policing. As we heard on 29th March 2004, the first NATO fighter jets, a Belgian F-16 touchdown at Šiauliai Air Base, Lithuania, to begin round-the-clock quick reaction alert duties under NATO's new Baltic Air Policing Mission. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. The airspace over the 3 Baltic states was integrated into NATO airspace And ever since, allies have taken turns in accomplishing this standing collective defense mission here. Fast forward 10 years. It's April 2014 and Russia has illegally occupied Crimea. In response, NATO introduces assurance measures and begins its air policing enhanced activities in the Baltic region. French Rafale were among the first fighters, augmenting the capability of the alliance, underlying our determination and staunch commitment to collective defense. Also, on behalf of the Supreme Allied Commander Europe, I offer my sincerest thanks for all your contributions to the cohesion of our alliance and commitment to our collective defense. Thank you for helping to ensure our Baltic members preserve their sovereignty during these challenging times, where security in Europe can no longer be taken for granted. At the same time, I would like to welcome the allies who will carry on this important mission. Spain, who will lead the 65th rotation of Baltic air policing, and Portugal, who will be augmenting the mission, enhancing our capability to safeguard the airspace. And of course, we should not forget our enhanced forward presence battle groups, one in each Baltic member states. This robust posture underscores commitment, readiness, cohesion, and assurance in a strong alliance. As we press on during these challenging times, NATO members remain committed to our collective defense, especially along the eastern flank. And they do so with a legitimacy afforded by the Washington Treaty, established in NATO 75 years ago, which is based on the Charter of the United Nations. I can hardly imagine a better place to celebrate the strength of our alliance than here at Šiauliai Air Base with all of you today. Your collective contribution show every day. Together we are strong. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Jūsų ekscelencijos, gerbėmieji, skrydžiu virš karinės oro pajėgų bazės Lietuvos narystės NATO 20-mečio proga šios ceremonijos dalyvius netrukus pasveikins NATO oro policijos misiją Baltijos šalyse vykdančių Prancūzijos Respublikos karinių oro pajėgų naikintuvai Mirage. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, on the occasion on the 20th anniversary of Lithuania's membership in NATO, we will be greeted by the Mirage fighter jets of the French Air Force carrying out NATO air police mission in the Baltic states. Thank you to our NATO allies. Ispanijos ir Portugalijos oro pajėgų kontingentų vadams, kurie pradės 65-ąją Baltijos oro policijos misijos rotaciją. We will now begin the Baltic Air Policing Handover takeover ceremony. The Spanish Air Force Detachment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Pablo Estrada Martin, and Portuguese Air Force Detachment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel José Diaz, will receive the key of the Baltic airspace from the Belgian Air Force Detachment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel David Blanquer, and French Air Force Detachment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Nicolas Duché. The leading Spanish and the enhancing Portuguese Air Force detachments together will take the lead of the 65th rotation of the Baltic Air Force mission from the leading Belgian and enhancing French Air Force detachments. Gerbiami svečiai, ceremonijos pabaigai kviečiame pasiklausyti Lietuvos kariuomenės orkestro muzikinio sveikinimo ir apžiūrėti karinę techniką bei pabendrauti su NATO oro policijos misiją Baltijos šalyse vykdančių kontingentų kariais bei pasivaišinti šventinėmis vaišėmis. Honorable guests, the official ceremony is over. We would like now to invite you to enjoy the musical performance by the wind orchestra of the Lithuanian Armed Forces and to have a closer view of the fighter jet used in the Baltic Air Policing mission, air defense systems, and aircraft used by the Lithuanian